My wife left me for my best friend after he told her I was cheating. Now she is begging to take me back. I had it all, at least I thought I did. A beautiful wife, Sarah. A best friend I grew up with, Jake. We were the golden trio, movie nights, weekend getaways, helping each other through everything from job loss to family deaths. I trusted Jake like a brother, maybe more. And Sarah? We'd been married for 5 years. We met in college. She was studying literature. I was deep into software engineering. She was all warmth and laughter, the kind of person who made a room feel like home. And then it all fell apart, in a single evening. It was a Wednesday. I came home from work early because my manager gave us a half day after a big product release. I had flowers, takeout from her favorite Thai place, and even pre-ordered that documentary she'd been dying to see. I was excited, but as soon as I walked in the door, I knew something was wrong. She was sitting on the couch, arms folded, eyes red from crying. I asked her what was going on. She didn't speak for a full minute. Then she said it. I know you've been cheating on me. I laughed at first. It was that ridiculous. I haven't so much as flirted with anyone in 5 years. I've been working late, sure, but not on another woman. On a promotion, trying to land us a better life. We had plans for a down payment on a house next year. But she wasn't joking. Jake told me everything. The girl's name is Melissa, right? I felt my stomach drop. Melissa? She was an intern in our company's marketing team. I'd spoken to her maybe 5 times in passing. I tried to explain. I swore on everything that mattered. I even showed her my phone, my messages, my calendar, everything. But she'd already made up her mind. She'd been sitting on this for 2 weeks. 2 weeks of thinking I'd betrayed her, of secretly planning her exit. She moved out 2 days later, filed for separation within a week. Jake, my best friend, my brother, had poisoned her against me with a lie. And within a month, I found out why. They were together. I saw a tagged photo on Facebook. Jake and Sarah at a brewery downtown, holding hands. She was laughing. He was looking at her like he'd won. That night, something inside me died. And something else, something cold and calculated, took its place. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't call either of them. I just sat at my desk, opened a blank notepad, and started writing down everything. Dates, conversations, places, patterns. Because if they wanted war, I was going to give it to them. But not like in the movies, not with fists or screaming matches. With silence, with patience, with revenge. Over the next few months, I rebuilt myself. Quietly, I moved into a sleek apartment across town, landed that promotion, started working out, eating better. I reconnected with old friends Sarah never liked. I didn't block her, didn't delete her number. I wanted her to see me thrive. And slowly, she did. It started with a, "Hey, I heard you got the promotion. Congrats," smiley face, text. I left it on read. Then came the late night. "I miss talking to you. I'm sorry for how things ended." Still no response. But I wasn't done yet. Because I had one final move to make before she realized what she'd thrown away, and how deeply she'd been played by the man she thought she could trust. 3 months after the divorce papers were signed, Sarah showed up at my door. I had just gotten back from a morning run when I heard the knock. She looked different, like the weight of the world had fallen on her shoulders. No makeup, dark circles, hoodie I once bought her, and that faint scent of her lavender shampoo, familiar, but hollow now. "I just wanted to talk," she said. "Please." I didn't say anything. I just stared at her until she looked down and asked, "Can I come in?" I let her. She sat on the same couch where she once accused me of cheating. Her hands trembled as she spoke. "I made a mistake. Jake, he's not who I thought he was." No kidding. Apparently, after the thrill of betrayal wore off, real life hit hard. Jake quit his job a week after they moved in together. Said he was going to start his own business. But really, he was playing video games all day, living off the savings Sarah and I had worked hard to build. Then she found out the truth. Jake admitted he lied about me cheating. Told her in a fit of anger during one of their fights. Said he always wanted her, even when we were married, and made up the whole Melissa thing just to get her to leave me. He didn't expect her to go through with it so fast. "But I thought he loved me," she whispered. I wanted to laugh in her face, but I didn't. I just let her talk. "I realize now you never cheated. You were loyal. You worked so hard for us. I was stupid to believe him." She cried, told me how she couldn't sleep, how every little thing reminded her of what we had, how she couldn't look in the mirror anymore. And then she said it. "I want to fix things. I want you back." This was the moment I'd been waiting for. But I wasn't going to give her a second chance. No, I wanted her to want one, need one, forever. So, I did something unexpected. I smiled. I nodded. I told her, "Let's take it slow." Her face lit up like she'd just stepped into heaven. For the next few weeks, I played my part perfectly. I became the version of me she remembered, kind, attentive, vulnerable even. I invited her over for dinner, took her out to the places we used to love, made her feel like maybe, just maybe, she hadn't destroyed everything. But I never gave her more than scraps. A hug here, a kiss on the forehead, a text that ended with a sleep well. Enough to keep her hopes alive. While all that was happening, I was working on the final piece. You see, I'd been documenting everything since the day she left. Messages, voice notes, bank statements showing how Jake leached off her. Even a few voice recordings of her confessions during our talks, admitting she left me without proof, how she let someone else manipulate her into destroying our marriage. I wasn't going to post them online. No, I had something more precise in mind. Jake had just started applying to jobs again, trying to clean up his image now that Sarah cut him off. One of those companies? A high-end consulting firm I happened to have a friend in. I sent them a little package. Not to ruin his life, just to remind him who he messed with. They dropped his application without a second thought. Meanwhile, Sarah still thought we were healing. She had no idea I was getting ready to end it all again, but this time, on my terms. It was a Saturday afternoon when I decided to end it. I invited Sarah over for lunch. Made her favorite, pasta arrabbiata, garlic bread, even that silly pink lemonade she used to love. She smiled through the entire meal, thinking things were finally falling back into place. She wore the necklace I bought her on our second anniversary, the one she hadn't touched in over a year. You know, she said, twirling spaghetti on her fork, I really think this could work. I feel like us, like we're meant to be. I nodded slowly. Funny thing about that. She looked up, confused. That was my cue. I reached behind me and pulled out a small black box, a sleek little hard drive. I placed it on the table gently, like I was setting down a bomb. In a way, I was. What's that? She asked. Proof, I said. Proof that I've been 10 steps ahead since the day you walked out. She blinked. I don't understand. I didn't raise my voice. Didn't gloat. Just calmly laid it all out. The recordings. The messages. The screenshots of Jake confessing. The fact that her name was still on the lease of the apartment she shared with him, meaning she's liable for the rent he never paid. The job offer I turned down in another city just to make sure I stayed around long enough for this revenge to feel personal. I watched her face drain of color. Her fork hit the plate. She looked like she'd just seen a ghost. You planned all this. I nodded. I wanted you to feel it. To feel what it's like to lose something that was never supposed to be broken. You believed a lie over the person who would have given you everything. And you didn't even ask me. You just left. Tears welled up in her eyes. But I thought we were starting over. I leaned forward. No, you were trying to rewrite history. I was giving you just enough rope to hang yourself. She stood up, stumbling backward. You're not the man I married. You're right, I said. That man died the day you chose betrayal over truth. She tried to reach for me. Please, I made a mistake. Jake, he tricked me. I was confused, angry, and You were weak, I interrupted. And I don't rebuild my life with people who destroy at the moment someone whispers doubt into their ear. She was sobbing now. But I love you. I stood and opened the door. Love isn't what you did. Loyalty is. And you failed. She didn't move at first. Just stood there, trembling, the weight of her decisions finally crashing down. Then, slowly, she walked out. I closed the door behind her. That was the last time I saw Sarah in person. Jake? Last I heard, he moved back in with his parents after getting rejected from every job he applied to. Guess the reference checks didn't go so well. Oh, and Sarah had to cover the apartment lease for another 6 months because he ghosted her. Me? I'm good. Better than good. I've been dating someone new. Someone who communicates. Who trusts. Who doesn't let other people tell her who I am. I didn't burn everything down out of anger. I dismantled it piece by piece, with clarity, control, and purpose. Sometimes revenge isn't about rage. It's about letting them ruin themselves while you rebuild better. And now? I don't miss Sarah. I don't even hate Jake. I just smile knowing they lost the best thing they ever had, and that I never needed to raise my voice to make it happen.